I rise at a bill that, to my mind, strikes at the heart of what brought me here to Hartford. What has frustrated me over the years is the march of regulation in this state, of rules, of laws, of entitlements, of things which tell us how to live our lives and how to conduct our business. And I believe we have gone too far in this direction already, much too far. And now we have something before us which would take us another step deeper, and a step that is of great significance to the people who are impacted by it. The businesses throughout the state are strongly against this. Not just the big business lobby groups, not just CBIA. I could ignore it if it was just CBIA. The businessmen themselves are against it. The small businesses that get in touch with me, the people in my district, the emails I've received, and I know you've all received, over and over again from people saying not simply don't do this, but what could you possibly be thinking by doing this? These people are the people that are struggling with the problems of keeping a business alive. Why are we telling them what to do? How would we know better how they should conduct their own affairs than they do themselves? Here's the question I think we have to ask ourselves. Who do we think we are? I don't think this is a bad group. I think that most residents of the state, if they were to get to know the 36 of us, would say, gee, that's not so bad. Reasonably intelligent, well-intended, honest, decent, friendly, so far as it goes. That's fine. But I wouldn't trust the people in this circle to tell me how to conduct my own affairs, how to live my own life, what tie I should wear, and I'm not even good at picking out ties. But I want to do it myself. That's my right and privilege. Why do we think we have the right, or the insight, or the intelligence to look at somebody's business and tell them how they ought to conduct it? And why should anyone listen to us? What have we done that's so great that we've proven that we're entitled to that kind of power? Here we are with the right to reach into people's pockets by taxation and take the money right from them. And we still can't balance our budgets. We still can't live within our means. We're going to tell people who have to earn their money by the sweat of their brow and by their ingenuity, who have to struggle every day in the free market. We're going to tell them how to run their business when we can't manage our affairs ourselves. And I don't think this is the fault of the legislators. I don't think our problems and our struggles up here are a result of a lack of effort or insight. I think it's a fault of philosophy. It's a philosophy that has taken hold in this state for many years that says, if only we can get more control, if only we can tell people more what they should do, if only we can handle their affairs for them, spend their money for them, make their decisions for them, we can move this state in the right direction. Well, folks, it's wrong. It hasn't worked. On appropriations, I heard one of the good members of the Appropriations Committee say, I've heard for years how things are going to hurt business, and yet we're still here. And I want to say, yes, we're still here. The 36 of us are still here. We're going to be here no matter what. But the 100,000 jobs that we've lost since the recession, those are all gone. And the businesses that I saw growing up, it's funny to reach an age where you start to say, back when I was a kid. Well, back when I was a kid, and the brass mills were still lining East Main Street in Waterbury, and Pratt & Whitney was the biggest employer in Southington, and I used to go down with my father to visit Jenkins Valves in Bridgeport, and the state was full of business, big manufacturing business, and little machine shops, and screw machine shops, and eyelet shops, all the little ancillary businesses that fed off that industry. All gone. All gone. And I think more than anything else, we've driven it out. First we drove it out to New Hampshire and South Carolina, and over the years, this country has driven it out to Malaysia and Singapore and the other side of the world. We've had a long stretch of 20 years of the lowest job growth of any state in the country since we passed the income tax. And it's been the result, to my mind, of good, decent, well-intentioned people, like Senator Prague, for whom I have deep respect, who see an opportunity to help, but don't see the downside of what it is that we're doing. And this paid sick leave bill is the latest, and to my mind, the most egregious example. We have two directions that we can follow, basically, in government. We can have more government, or we can have less government. And I'm not saying that that's an absolute measure. It's a relative measure. There's times when we may need more. I think 1787 would come to mind. I don't know if we've had a year since then, but there's times that we need more, and there's times that we need less, depending on where we are. And we are now in a moment in which we need less government. I think most of the people in this building, in both parties, realize that on some level, that we have overreached ourselves. I know most of the people in this state realize that government has overreached ourselves. And this bill presents us a clear choice to see which direction we want to go. And if you believe that we have too much government, that we have too many mandates, that we spend much time telling people what to do and how to live their lives and how to conduct their affairs, I urge you to vote against this bill. Thank you very much.